Hello, I'm Judson Green, and I'm going to give you a tutorial on how to make an electric deck. Here's it is. It basically makes you be able to do card flourishes that would take years of practice to learn in theory. So, how does it work? Basically, every card in the deck is connected by some string. You can see there. See the string holding the cards together? That means if I just kind of drop the cards starting at the front and going towards the back, it looks like I'm just doing the perfect waterfall. To make an electric deck, you're going to need several things. You're going to need a spool of thread. You'll need 2 sewing needles. You'll need 26 to 30 cards. That depends on your preference. 26 to 30 cards that you don't want, you could either use them from an old deck or a cheap deck that you bought. Keep in mind these are for card flourishes, so the nicer the deck, sometimes the better the fans and spreads will come out. And you'll also are going to need some tape and some Coke. First thing you need to do is take your needle, just one of them, and you're going to need to poke 3 holes in the top of each card and 3 holes in the bottom of each card. Get one card and line up with whatever pattern you're using on the back, and take your needle, send it through the card like so, right? In one spot. Do it in just a spot, maybe a centimeter over from that. Send it through the hole and another centimeter to the left of the middle hole. And remember, you're not only going to need to do that on the top, you need to do it on both sides. So after that's done, what you're going to do is use this, and this will be your standard for every other card. So now you're going to take the other cards, you're just going to line them up and send the needle back through the hole of the same card. So just do it nice and square and send it through these again. And if you're going to use 30 cards, only put the holes through 28. If you're going to use 26 cards, only put the holes through 24. You'll find out why later. With our holes punched in our card and our string with the 2 needles threaded at the end, you're going to need about 8 feet of string, a lot longer than mine. Going to need around 8 feet, I'd say, for a deck of 26. So now what we're going to do is we have hole 1 right there, hole 2 and hole 3. Hole 1, hole 2, and hole 3. We're going to stick it up hole 1. Here it comes, up hole 1. Then we're going to stick it down hole 2. Down hole 2. And up again for hole 3. Now I've put dots on mine so it's easier for you to see, but you don't actually need to put dots on yours. Alright, so we've done that with our string, and sometimes after every few you're going to want to tighten the knot around your needle, because the knot eventually rubs off after using the same needle for a while. And when it rubs off, then you have to rethread it, and it's easier just to double check your knot ever so often. Alright, so remember, up hole number 1, down hole number 2, and then up again for hole number 3. Alright, so after we've done that to our first card, what we're going to do is grab our needles and we're going to pull on them and make sure that they're level. They're even with each other. Alright, so now that we know that they're even with each other, they're the same distance apart, we can start on the next card. So after you've done number 2, what you're going to do is you're going to pull it up so these are even again, and you're going to pull it nice and straight right here. Now when you pull it tight, it's going to be off center from that one, and what you're just going to do is pull like this and square up the card and keep it squared up. Then you're going to go on to your next one. When you've done your next one, pull it tight so it's like this and keep squaring them up and keep squaring them up, and that way you'll know you have enough string. Now after each card, what you want to do is take your tape and take off just a little bit, and you'll see this little line of string right there on each of the cards, and you're just going to put a piece of tape over that. The reason for this is it'll keep your cards in the same place. So after we've done our first one and we've tightened up our second one, when we pull this back and square it up, we're going to put some tape over it once it's squared, and that'll make sure that we have a nice even waterfall. That is actually a very essential part, is making sure to put the tape over each of these pieces of card, just a little bit. After you've done this to every card, so that you have all your cards done, there's tape over every card, string over every card. What you're going to do is, for the top and the bottom card, you're going to put some double stick tape right here, or glue if you don't have double stick, and you're going to put, there's 2 extra cards that I told you not to do out of however many cards you're using. Well, those 2 cards are going to go over the top and bottom. You're going to glue them on so that there's no tape or string showing. So these are glued or double stick taped on, like that. And so that's how to make the electric deck. Thanks for watching.